Hi everyone, welcome back. Patricia here with a tag video. I was tagged by Christina, the Subfertile Frugalista, and she created 30 questions sort of as a get to know you icebreaker type of thing. If you don't know Christina's channel, I'll put it down below if you want to click the link. She also has two girls. She's really crafty and she has this cutest curly hair that I love. She has short curly hair and I admire that a lot, so go check out her channel if you're curious. The last movie I saw that made me cry was probably Zootopia. Point is, I don't see a lot of new movies and I cry at everything. My favorite thing to do when I have a couple hours to myself is drink coffee and read. My favorite breakfast food is probably sunny side up eggs with tortilla. I love the runny yolk, I love tortilla, and to go over the top, like maybe some crispy potatoes, not necessarily hash brown, but like cubed potatoes, so good. My top 3 home repairs, well, I don't think in those terms because I'm still a renter, but when I do move into my house, I already know that I'm gonna need to upgrade my appliances as soon as I have the money. I want an updated stove especially. If there is tile with old grout, that is something that I would love to replace. And a simple thing is paint color. My favorite baby names that I've never used, I'll go with boy names like she did because I have 2 girls. I really liked the name William and Benjamin. My husband liked the name Samson. The girls' names I really liked but didn't choose are like Ava, Eva. We had Maya at the top of our list. I've never used it. My favorite store to shop in is TJ Maxx. I don't go there often because recovering spender here, so I don't go there very much, but I do really like it. Before I became a stay-at-home mom, I was a public school teacher and just spent a lot of time having fun with my friends and my husband. My favorite hobby is reading. I am proud to finally know what my favorite hobby is. If I could spend a whole day doing whatever I'd wanted, oh my goodness. There's those things that you think like, somebody watch my kids so I can go to Target by myself. But if I had a whole day, I don't think I would go shopping at all. I'd probably just drive to the city, see my friends, go have a sit-down meal. Oh my gosh, a nice sit-down meal without having to worry about kids breaking things or dropping things or being loud or weird, and that stuff really, like, I get a lot of stress when I take my kids to restaurants, so that's probably what I would do. My husband and I met at theater. I was on stage, he was in the audience, we ended up having dinner, and we're still together. My favorite family vacation as a kid was always to go camping. 3 things I do really well are facilitate knowledge. It's a thing, like, I'm not very smart, but I know how to like teach, declutter, and organize. And practice empathy. I feel like I can feel what people feel and I can understand what it's like to be in their shoes. And that makes me a pretty good listener and a good friend, although I don't often give my time to my friends anymore, so maybe I'm not a good friend, but I used to be. 3 toiletry or makeup items I could not live without. So she mentioned hair products, and yeah, like my hair curl cream. If I can only pick one, it's the moisturizing one, not necessarily the gel. Some kind of lotion moisturizer for my face, and body lotion again for my body. My favorite thing about Violet is her huge personality. She lives out loud. She is very angry when she's angry and she's very happy when she's happy, and I love that. She's not at all shy, she's fearless. What I love about Olivia is that she is really internal. You can see her looking into your soul. She will stare at you and listen to you and kind of, you know, nod along, and she will remember, and months can go by and she'll come up with some kind of connection and you're like, how did you remember that? My first real job with a W-2 and everything was Foster's Freeze, but my first real job that I actually did well and for a long time was Bath & Body Works. I have a hidden talent in that I can juggle. I can juggle 3 balls, so stay tuned to the end of the video. If I can find my juggling balls, I will show you what I can do. And yes, I have juggling balls. My husband and I were together for 7 months before we got engaged. The bravest thing I've ever done, well, I immediately think to like exhilarating things, like we hiked up this big rock and jumped into the river, and that was scary and totally fun. But it was also brave to apply for a job in Northern California when I currently lived in Southern California and drive there for the interview and teach a lesson to a class full of students that had never met me, with everyone watching like that. To do that today sounds hard, so I think that was really brave. Also moving out at 19, almost 20 years old, and sticking through it. The first few months were the worst. I had a really weird living situation, and not moving back home when I felt like I really wanted to, it led me to meet really good friends. I mean, it changed my life. That's where I met Brian too, so 3 hours ago, I was sitting at the dining room table answering comments and editing my video. One thing on my fall bucket list is to go apple picking and to taste an apple cider donut. It seems like we're often coming back to some type of chicken and rice, whether that's Mexican rice and shredded chicken or like a rice bowl, kind of Asian inspired. at least once a week. Even tonight, actually, on the stove right now, we have our chicken and rice soup. So those two things are kind of there every week. When I was a kid, I wanted to be a singing, tap dancing clown who fixed teeth and was in charge of a store. I kind of feel like I've accomplished several of those. I have never fixed anyone's teeth / be a dentist, but singing, tap dancing clown, I mean, I was a theater major for a while, so. And then when I worked at Starbucks, I was a shift manager for a while, kind of in charge of a store. Would you rather travel 50 years to the future or to the past? I think the past. I do think the past. It'd be cool to meet my grandmother, who I've never met. She passed away with complications with breast cancer before I was born. My mom was a teenager, so that would be really neat to see the woman who raised my mother. I don't know if I've ever had a best Halloween costume. Oh, one year I was the girl from Psycho in the shower, and so I had like a hula hoop and a shower curtain ring and a bodysuit and a wig, and you know, I haven't really done anything outside the box. I am definitely an early bird as opposed to a night owl. Our go-to dish to serve when guests come over is pulled pork, like pork butt. You can do tacos with them or sliders. It's pretty versatile. Even like if it's not too seasoned, that could be good inside of an enchilada. So I really do like, they call it pork butt, but isn't it like the shoulder? I'm sorry to all the vegans. I am definitely more neat. However, there are times when my home is somewhere in the middle because it's a functioning home and I'm not going to impose like really strict rules on the other people who live here. One thing I've been desperately needing to do but putting off is to get some fillings fixed. I went to the dentist. Finally, that would have been my answer, but I finally went to the dentist and I have some fillings and I've just been putting it off. And lastly, the most important question, 5 moms I think everyone should be watching. I always come to these videos without planning ahead. So I'm gonna list below my 5 moms and I'm going to try and pick moms that I've never mentioned before. But I can tell you off the top of my head, one is named Erica Summers, I believe that's her name, and she is more of a beauty channel, but she is a new mom and she does like vegan, cruelty-free, natural type of beauty, and she's beautiful, so I really like that channel. Sprout and Blossom is also a mom and she is really good on the eco stuff and I really like her lifestyle. She has a small home, she knows how to live within her means, and I appreciate that. Lulu Bell, are you guys watching Lulu Bell? She's really good in the DIY department, I think. She's good in all the departments, but I really do appreciate her straightforward DIY stuff, and her videos are never too long, which I totally appreciate. Oh, Carrie over at the Peters Inn. I'm guessing that you've seen her previous videos when she had the Carrie Simple channel, but I doubt that you've watched the Peters Inn, so I'm gonna recommend that one to you. So thank you all for watching. I hope those of you who I tagged do this. If you do, let me know, and thanks to Christina for creating a really fun list of questions. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye. Are you recording already? I'm nervous. Hi guys. Dada.